Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Wherever you want to find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world we're in, this is another scene for Unmask Orlando. This evening's scene brings us back to the Insomnia BDSM Club in downtown Orlando, where a member of Clan Bruja is currently seeking out the owner of this fine establishment.
Okay, so do I speak to the bouncer?
Mm-hmm. Of course, you do every time you come in. Any
Yeah,
weapons must be surrendered, any.
is it the same bouncer?
Yep,
Okay.
coats can be handed over.
Yeah, I don't think she would be wearing any coat. What season are we in?
It's summer. You're not wearing a coat.
Yeah, just a summer dress and a purse. She will just greet the bouncer. Good evening. Is Adelaide around?
Always is. She may be with someone right now, but as usual, you are welcome to go in and have a drink.
Thank you, I'll do so. And she will walk in, go towards the bar, look around, see if she can see Adelaide anywhere.
Adelaide is not currently downstairs, which means she's likely up in one of the private rooms at the moment.
Hmm.
There's this gentleman standing behind the bar, pouring drinks.
Alexandra will go towards the bar, sit down, light a cigarette, look at her watch anxiously.
What can I
After
get
all,
for
she's
you?
here on a mission. Is it a normal night or a kindred night?
It's Kindred Night.
Okay. Good evening. I suppose the usual drinks.
He nods. And he goes back into the back and comes back with a wine glass filled with blood, and places it in front of her.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
She'll smile at that, but she does look pretty anxious.
Let me guess. You are waiting on Lady Adelaide.
I am indeed. I have a private matter to discuss with her.
Let me see if I can go rouse her.
Well, if she's busy, I wouldn't want to interrupt. I can wait.
Yeah, it's just Callum.
Oh, well.
He heads up the steps. He is wearing a pair of tight leather pants and a nothing on his top but a harness.
Alex is checking out his ass.
It is quite a nice ass.
Yeah, I expected.
I mean, Dex 4, so
Yeah.
Celerity 3.
Ew. Nice.
He comes back down a few minutes later with Adelaide in tow. Ah, Miss Diamond. Pleasure to see you again.
Lady
I
Adelaide.
hope my darling child hasn't been causing you too much trouble.
No.
She kind of
Uh,
caresses Atticus's cheek. Now, why would I do that? Oh, I know you love stirring the pot, Addie darling.
but don't worry, he has been very polite and helpful so far.
Good.
But there are some developments that we need to discuss a bit privately, if possible.
Of course. Addie, make sure that no one disturbs me, will you? Of course, my lady. And Adelaide will lead her up to one of the bedrooms.
Also follow normally. After all, false pretenses or not, it's the most private place.
Exactly. So, what was it you needed to divulge to me?
Well, we have
By the way, the
managed
bedroom is
to,
on screen right now.
yeah. Fuck, give me a second. There. Well, there have been developments. We have been able to safely extract and, doing air quotes, liberate, so to speak, the Tremere, including Darian.
Ah, good. I suppose I won't need to contest
Yes, bones have been broken.
the claim. I will throw my
Mm,
support behind Prince Darien, as it is his rightful throne.
I agree. They're secured for the time being.
Good. What of the Red Lister?
Hmm. Well, he did suffer some damage due to the unbounding ritual, but I
Ah,
do
the Tremere.
expect
They do
there.
love their rituals.
Well, that one was quite helpful, but I would expect retaliation.
Oh, I'm
So,
certain. We stole all of his playthings.
hmm so I have to remain vigilant and very careful.
Yes, I haven't let Callum out of my haven.
To be honest with you, anyone is a target at this point. It's completely random and unpredictable.
Oh, I'm certain that's true. And I'm certain that the Tremere are taking precautions.
Well, I'm assuming they're safe for now. As for the rest of us, we need to keep our eyes and ears open at all times. If that would be enough.
I doubt it will
I
be,
won't.
but
Yeah, I won't hide it from you. I'm quite worried about the situation.
as you should be. We're dealing with one of the 13 most wanted of the Camarilla.
Indeed. Now, if it wasn't for the Elysium, I would have sent my child back to Miami for a little bit of time. But
Yes, that will be dealt with swiftly, and I have no doubts that Prince Darien will be removing Theodius as Primogen.
I do hope, though, will not. I do have some worry about. I expect for you to have the support, but for Darian, even though he was the and is the prince, perhaps people are still questioning his. mm,
Loyalty.
or whether or not he's susceptible to be bound again.
As long as we keep
Besides
him
feeling,
safe, there should be no issues.
well, I'm confident that we will be able to convince any unconvinced parties. I hope so, at least. But anyway, I was tasked with letting you know of the situation.
Ah, not a problem.
How have things been around here for the past few days? Quiet?
Quiet.
Mm. Is the audio still coming in?
Oh, he still thinks I'm perfectly content and loyal to him. I'm good at
Well,
making men think that I'm something I'm not.
I think this is something we might have in common sometimes. It's good. Let him think whatever he wants to think.
Exactly, let him think I'm loyal and a good little puppy like he likes. I may be a rose, but I have thorns.
I can't disagree with that. How is the Venture Primogen, by the way? The
Callum is
dog
doing
lost.
better, thanks
Good
to
to
Lady
hear.
Eve.
Well, I was. I have spoken with her, and apparently, Theodius flapping his gums about her might cause some issues.
It probably will, given the reputation of the salubri.
Yes, we will do our best to prevent that, of course. But Sid did explain to me the situation
Oh, I don't need
fully.
to know the situation. I'm simply glad she was here.
Agreed.
Normally, I ban use of any and all gifts of the blood within my domain, but that is a poignant exception.
Well, it had good intentions and good results, so that's all that matters, right?
It did. It kept my darling Callum alive.
I'm just glad that at least this part of the story is done. Oh, now, as for Mrs. Van Essen, she seems to be, at least is seemingly doing okay, but the bastard changed her.
Changed her how?
Her hair are dark and shorter, and she has a weird tattoo on her finger.
Oh dear.
It is getting.
Vicissitude.
Hmm. I tried to reassure her we'll find a way to fix this, but it
Finding
honest.
a Zemitzi willing to help will be trying.
The only Zimizi in this town that's friendly doesn't consider this a gift, more like a disease. So
Ah, he must be old clan,
Yes.
from before the Convention of Thorns.
Oh, he's younger than that, but his sire isn't.
Ah,
So he can't
yes.
help.
Hmm. I
But
suppose
then,
we'll have to find some other way to help.
I keep thinking about it over and over. Well, although she seems determined, she said that if nothing is to be done, she's willing to be dyeing her hair every single night.
Oh dear.
Stubborn woman, but that's quite admirable.
Well, I certainly hope it doesn't come to that. After all, removing black from hair is an awful nightmare. I should know.
Honestly, I haven't really dabbled in the sport. Like all I've done is perhaps a few haircuts, but mm,
We always return to the way we were when we were embraced each night, so I
yeah,
figure why not dabble a little bit.
oh, that's a bit too much hassle. But of course, on occasion, I do indulge.
I've gone through many a hairstyle over the years.
Oh, hairstyle, yeah. Hair color, though, I wouldn't even imagine myself as a blonde, for example. It wouldn't complement my complexion.
No, dark complements your complexion perfectly.
And that's why I remain unchanged. Fans, though, did tell me that I should shave half my head. I might even try it. Maybe just to make him shut up for a few minutes.
Well, it'll grow back.
Yeah. So, nothing to lose there. Should we rejoin the others downstairs?
Yes, I'm sure Atticus is just all a Twitter wondering what we've been speaking of.
So, I'm assuming he's quite the gossip.
Oh, yes. Quite the gossip. He is a journalist.
Hmm.
Or, well, was in
Well,
life, and now writes under pen names and pseudonyms.
well, in that case, I would really want to be friends with him. After all, after the Elysium, I will be losing Theodius along with his business. Might as well try and expand.
Atticus can certainly get the story out there. He has a quite a bit of pull with the media.
Well, then I hope we can come to some agreement.
At that point,
Also,
they'll start heading back downstairs.
yeah, I'm assuming they're going like with their arms interlocked, like don't raise any suspicion. We were just making out or something.
Precisely.
And we'll sit at the bar again.
Atticus is speaking to a couple of people down at the other end of the bar, flirting.
I'm assuming the blood is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so reach for the glass again, do a toast to Adelaide, and drink a bit.
So, Mother, may I ask what you were talking about?
Oh dear, who
No,
said that we were
nosy boy.
talking?
She caresses his cheek gently. You're so mean. She winks and heads back for the stairs. Do enjoy the rest of your evening, darlings. I have others to attend to.
And you as well, my dear.
I'm supposing you won't tell me either.
Well, that depends. What do you plan on doing with the information?
Oh, it's not like I'm going to spread it, I'm just nosy.
And what do I get in return?
Hmm. A night of rapturous pleasure, maybe?
My dear, I can get that for free.
Not with me.
Mm. And what's so special about you?
I mean, have you seen this face?
Oh, yes. I'm not saying I didn't notice. But let's say that my affairs, so to speak, are not exactly transactional. At least not so blatantly.
Everything is transactional in some way.
Well, the truth is, well, that I may want a lot more from you.
Oh, do you now?
Well, yes, a little bird told me that you have some influence. And influence is something that I will desperately need very soon.
I think I can make that work.
Well, and if that is the case, then perhaps I can give you some clues of what we were talking about. However, I would have to know what you probably know about our situation at the moment. I'm assuming your sire has informed you of everything that's going on around the city.
Indeed.
Oh, well,
Mother keeps me up to date.
we do have one less thing to worry about, or one more thing to worry about. Depends on how you look at it, I suppose.
Hmm, interesting.
What I can tell you is that in the Elysium, your sire will not be challenging anymore because there is no reason for her to do so.
Oh, hmm. Admittedly, would have been somewhat nice to be the child of the prince, but c'est la vie.
Of course. But Adelaide fully supports Prince Darian, so.
So Prince Darian's been freed, has he? Hmm,
Hmm.
good. Means Katya might be coming back in.
Well,
I
I
miss
wouldn't
seeing that
expect
lovely
that.
face of hers.
You'd be surprised. She has changed a bit, not willingly. So I wouldn't expect to see her around very soon. At least until we've dealt with that bastard.
Oh no, I don't expect to see her anytime soon. I'll simply be glad when we do.
But if you wish to visit her, I may be able to help.
Oh, she scarcely knows who I am. I'm
Oh,
just a bartender.
really now? Are people convinced when you say that?
Most of the time. At least
Well,
mortals, but they're easy to convince.
oh, very much so. As for Katya, I wouldn't expect her to think of you just as a bartender. After all, her own blood siblings pretend to be bartenders quite often. I don't think you can fool her at her own tricks.
Mm, very true. So, about that night of rapturous pleasure. Offer's still on the table.
Well, what do you have in mind? Or do you want to surprise me?
Hmm. I'll keep it a surprise.
Just the
He
way you
reaches
like
down
it.
under the counter and holds up a silk blindfold.
Alex will grab it.
He'll come around to the other side of the bar and tie it very gently around her eyes before holding out an arm for her.
Take his hand.
And he will lead her upstairs.
For a night of rapture.
And at that, I think we can call our scene Fade to Black.
Yes, we made a friend.
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene for Unmask Orlando, the Vampire Venue. See you next time.